would share with you some of my favorite tips for making a smoothie that is both delicious and satisfying. I think there's a few things that you could keep in mind. You can take my advice or leave it. I feel like this has really worked for me, although I must say that I don't have smoothies as regularly as I once did. I find that having the fruit intact and having like a bowl of porridge or having my chia oats with cut up fruit, that just leaves me fuller for longer, and I just feel so much better. But when it is a very hot day, I love having a smoothie, or when I feel like something sweet. So here are just some of my tips that I thought I could share with you. Yeah, I think the first tip for me, maybe not as much to do with like how satisfying a smoothie is or how nutritionally beneficial it is, but to make a smoothie of ingredients that you could also eat if you put them on a bowl. Of course, if you're trying to eat more calories or trying to make up for some sort of deficiency, then ignore this advice. I think for me, that was my biggest learning of a few years ago. Can I eat 6 bananas in one sitting? Probably not. So maybe don't put 6 bananas in a smoothie. I now try and look at what I'm putting in my smoothie and see, would I actually eat this? Of course, a smoothie is great because you can just pile in the greens and the veggies and all the nutrition without having to eat 2 bowls of kale, for example. But when it comes to fruit, for me, I like to think, okay, can I actually eat a full papaya, 3 bananas, and 1 mango? Maybe not. So I'm just mindful of that right now, and I feel like it helps with my digestion a lot. I don't feel that weird like super full but still kind of hungry feeling, which I hate. So yeah, that would be my first tip. Make a smoothie that you would kind of eat if you had it in a bowl.
The secrets that I try to keep, oh, I can take it anymore. I don't wanna run away from you. What if right is wrong? What if right is wrong? What if right...
My second tip is for digestion mainly, and that is to chew your smoothie. Digestion happens in your mouth with your saliva, so make sure that you're chewing that smoothie so that your digestive juices can get going and it all just runs smoothly. Some tips for that is like adding something that will make you chew your smoothie. I love adding cacao nibs and different kinds of seeds. I love putting my smoothie in a bowl and eating it with a spoon. Whatever it is, try and get that mouth moving so that you're not like chugging a 1 liter smoothie in like less than 10 minutes. Before we move on to the next smoothie, I just wanted to quickly shout out today's sponsor, which is Skillshare, which if you've been following me, you must know that yes, I love breakfast, and almost as much as I love breakfast, I love Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with many different inspiring classes for creative and curious people. They have classes on drawing, writing, journaling, productivity, how to start your own business, and many, many more. As many many of you know, I have really enjoyed the writing classes on there. One of my favorite ones is Creative Nonfiction, Writing Truth with Style by Susan Orlean. As you know, I have an online journal called Else, and I've been writing a lot more nonfiction on there, so it's been a great little skill to have, and I love going back to that one. There is another one that I also like, as I've been a little bit more interested on productivity, as I try and push myself and motivate myself to work from home. So Thomas Frank has two classes that I've really enjoyed, a real productivity class and his productivity masterclass. So whether you're looking to fend off boredom, to focus on self-love through creativity, or to learn a new skill, there is something for everyone on Skillshare, and it is the place to keep you learning. Skillshare is giving away 2 free months of premium membership to the first 1,000 people who click the link in the description box below. And after that, it's only $10 a month. So get on it. I really cannot recommend them enough. Okay, back to smoothies.
When you're only counting time till the continents collide, but out your window, going somewhere new, I see it through. And the hand of fate that I drew had me down and out, but I've come to.
My third tip would be to, of course, add fats and protein to your smoothie so that it is an actually satisfying meal. So I always like to add some sort of seed in there, whether it's chia seeds, flax seeds, sunflower seeds, nut butter, flaxseed. Did I say flaxseed already? Big fan of flaxseed. And I also sometimes like using protein powder. However, if you're not a fan of protein powder, you don't have to use protein powder. You can put in some oats in there. You can put in some peas, some cannellini beans. What else? You can put some silken tofu in there. There's many ways to just add a little bit of oomph so that you feel more satisfied after your smoothie. Complex carbs. I love adding complex carbs to my smoothies. As you might have seen, I added some vegetables in there, some sweet potatoes, some oats. Again, these will be the slow releasing carbohydrates that again will keep you satisfied for longer, and they just bulk up the smoothie, and I love it. Once I started thinking a little bit outside of the box and not always thinking of banana as the base of a smoothie, I started getting creative, and I realized how delicious steamed pumpkin that is frozen and put into like a smoothie, how good it is. It's so creamy and yummy, and it's not so ridiculously sweet as sometimes like the banana smoothies tend to be. So what I like doing is that when I steam some vegetables, I just take a few, put them in the freezer for the next day if I think about having a smoothie. And yeah, pumpkin is a great one, sweet potato as you've seen. Those just give it such good creaminess. And of course oats. I feel like when I put oats into a smoothie, I'm all good. I don't have to eat until lunch, and it's amazing. Not to mention it's cheap and delicious. It has like a natural sweetness, and it adds thickness to the smoothie, which makes you chew. So add oats to your smoothies. Lastly, I would say get creative. I think this week made me realize that there's many different smoothies that you can make with what you have at home. I usually tend to go for like tropical smoothies when I'm in Costa Rica, and in Australia I just tend to go for like the standard blueberry acai smoothie. But I have started trying out like the apple pie smoothie was really good. Combining papaya and strawberries was delicious. There's many different things that you can add. Adding shredded coconut adds a really nice sweetness to a smoothie, and again the chew factor. There's just so many ways to do a smoothie, and it's really hard to go wrong, I think. Get creative, but also you don't need all the superfoods to make a nutritionally adequate and delicious smoothie. You can make a great smoothie from just what you have at home. That is all. It started raining. Bye.